デーモンの姿がないのだ。
ここ数日連絡が途絶えています。
ソニックジュースはどうした？
ソニック様も連絡が取れません。
またもや修行に出ているのか。ソニック強い男よ。そもそも私の戦いなのにな。そうだな、俺様はどうかしてた。遊びすぎたようだ。ゲームは1日何時間だ
？10時間です。
遊びすぎだ。普通は1時間だろう。俺様はゲームに没頭してしまったようだ。ゲームはもう飽きた。起きろ。誰だ。まだ眠いんだ。眠気には勝てないか。眠気は覚めたか。おい、いつまで寝ているんだ。おい、目を覚ませ。もう朝だ。ダメだ、起きないようだ。俺様まで来るのか、トラビス・タッチダウン。
大きな問題は三池のコメディだ。
もう一回見るか、モグラの歌。
いや、ゼブラーマンまで戻るべきだ。
そうだな、三池と工藤は相性がいい。
工藤の笑いは複雑だからな。映像の力で押せるのは三池だけだ。
工藤の脚本は言葉が強い。どうしても言葉に頼ってしまうんだ。
三池は工藤の言葉に甘えないで映像で倍返ししてくれ。倍返し。シャーロット。
なあ、ビール飲む？
あ生き返った。
元気になったな、シャーロット。
その呼び方やめろ。
いい名前だぜ、似合ってるよ。
おめえぶっ殺す。
なあ、三池の映画何がいい？
三池？誰だそれ。
マジかよ。三池知らないの？日本のスーパー映画監督だ。
日本ならアニメにしてくれ。
何が好きなんだ？
ボトムズかダグラム。
マジか、激渋いな。
親父が高橋のファンだ。
そうか、いい趣味してる。
やめろ。調子に乗るんじゃね
え。みんなで見ようぜ。レイズナーしかないけど。
いいぜ、それとビール
飲むか。今日の気分は
Good evening, gentle listener, and welcome to Distractable, a Wood Elf production. This week, Bob attempts to elicit a rim job from the narrator, but nobody saw him coming. The gents doggedly discuss dodging recommendations, while Alexa gains necromantic abilities. Bucket lists, the bouquet and body of harvested minor fecal matter, personal development, play buttons, and learning Korean all make the bill. Yes, it's time for Before We Die. Now sit back and prepare to be distracted and enjoy the show.
Hello, gentle listeners, and welcome back to another episode of Distractable. I don't know why I decided to go with that kind of voice, but I did it, and I'm not doing another take. My name is Bob. I will be your host for today, and I'm joined, as per usual, by the men who will be my two contestants, Mark and Wade.
Hello. One of those. You know, speaking of not doing other takes, it sounds like Baltimore did another take either. I can't believe he said all those things.
I can't, what?
You guys listen to Baltimore talking about the things?
He records those after we will have done this. He doesn't do that before.
Yeah, it's not like he does the intro, then just sits silently as the fourth person in the Discord, which we still don't know who it is.
Oh, what the hell did I just listen to?
We just know definitively.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll pretend I don't know what
Do you know what's happening in this episode?
Yeah, so do you know who wins, I guess?
No.
Because if you could tell me, I would be informative.
And I could shape the future right now, but by the sound of it, I didn't interfere, so I can't interfere. So no, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm confused. Is that the topic of the episode? Is being confused?
Well, traditionally the host gets to pick the topic, and that's...
Yeah, that's not the topic. Bob picks the topic.
Not technically what I had in mind.
Yeah.
Wait, do you know the future?
Only from Baltimore.
I mean, now I just have more questions about why he knows what he knows, I guess, if anything.
You must be listening.
Yeah.
You must have listened. Unless he listened to it in the past.
He has already had listened.
So he hears the future.
I don't know, but I'm great. Thanks for asking.
Well, I bet you didn't see this coming. The way this podcast works is I'm the host and the guys compete, and I pick a winner. And the winner of today's podcast hosts the next episode. We never explain how the show works anymore. There's no way he saw that coming.
Yeah. Maybe we should pull up the old doc with the actual written out intro. Didn't we have that?
I couldn't even guess.
I think it's on... no, that's No.
Jesus Christ.
I found an intro.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to the Distractable Podcast. Here we discuss anything that interests us and compete to see who can bring the most captivating stories to the table. Whoever brings the most dazzling story as judged by me will be declared the winner of the podcast will earn the right to host next week's episode and play the role of judge.
I have more written out here for the first one. In accordance with my incredible, nigh on unbelievable, absolute crushing victory on the last week's podcast, I am the host for today and will judge the worthiness of my fellow podcaster's story.
Oh, man.
I'm joined by... I wrote out everything. Good God.
What if we do an episode, not this episode, because Bob gets to host whatever he wants, but what if I
Fully
host an episode?
scripted episode.
That? A fully scripted, or where we just react to our old episodes?
That's the cool thing to do these days. React channels are what's up, man.
Original is out, React is in.
You right.
You let the AI make the content, and then you let the humans react to the content. That's the future
Or we find or other people have reacted to our podcast, and we react to their reactions.
Fucking Bo Burnham sketch from Inside. That did make me laugh in a very cringy, I hate myself sort of way.
I never saw Inside, but I heard there was a song.
Yes,
Yeah, there's like at least
song.
one song, yeah.
You guys know I don't ever know anything.
It's really not funny. Why would you not have watched it? It's not like, oh, I watched this to be aware of it.
Wait, I haven't watched it either.
What?
I'm sorry.
When people like things and everyone gets excited about something, especially to their content creator, I avoid it like the plague.
It's honestly just really funny, but I think it would be interesting, neither of you having watched it, to hear your reaction to it now, because it captures a very, like, trapped in the pandemic sort of mood. It's a very strong, like, mood, vibe, strong emotions. For me, watching it during, like, I watched it right soon after it came out, and I watched it. It was right in the thick of, like, everyone's still locked down, the pandemic is still very much being acknowledged, because it's still happening regardless of the fact that no one seems to give a shit anymore. Yeah, it would be interesting, because if you watch it now, you might be like, oh, this is weird and cringy. Ugh. But it is honestly just really funny.
That's what I've heard about it.
It's worth watching.
I'm less antagonistic as Wade, apparently, in terms of recommendations.
Oh, I'm a villain.
I don't know why, but hey, all your friends like this thing. I will never.
Hey, wait, I know you like movies and sci-fi. I thought you'd really enjoy this new show that's coming out. Fuck you! You tell me what I like.
Oh, yeah, that sounds nice.
Get out of here.
I like things that are somewhat ignored, overlooked, and unpopular.
Is that why you're such a freak? Go on, Z fan?
Yeah, no one likes that.
Is that why you played so many hours of Raid Shadow Legends?
I quit mobile games, remember?
You're like the mobile game hipster. You're like, oh yeah, I play this gacha game. Oh really? What? Wait, you haven't played it. It's called...
I don't play anymore. I've quit. I've retired.
It's called Raid Shadow Legends. You wouldn't know.
It's called the Shadows of Raid.
That does sound enticing now that you mention it, though.
You wouldn't understand.
Anyway, that's not the topic, and if Baltimore thinks he's so smart, he can come and lick my ass.
Alright.
No offense, Baltimore. Please keep doing our intro. I'm sorry.
You just hear heavy footsteps and a slurping sound coming from outside your door.
A nice little spray bottle as he moistens his tongue.
Hello, gentle listener. Yeah, yucky. I felt yucky saying it.
Hardly even noking her. Wish me on. No one laughed about that last time.
Small talk?
Yes!
Okay.
It might be the same thing I have, but go ahead, Mark.
Wait, what do you have? What in your life?
Mine's about space.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, yeah, the wrong telescope, right? Again?
Oh, God, yeah, that's right.
You got that.
That's right, you refuse to know anything about anything.
No, but you got ripped apart last time. The wrong telescope.
Listen, we not really episodes, but the first thing came out, and then
There's so
solve it and make you look cool. I'm in for that. I'm in crowd for one.
I'm refreshed.
before I read any of the descriptions. And I saw like the third zoom in something else. Like, what's going on here? It's just massive, some of those galaxies in the distance and just causing the light
Even for someone that's not like really pretty. So cool and so pretty. What a pity. I was being clever.
Oh, okay.
I see it. I get you. Everyone give me this clever.
Is that like a Markiplier reference?
No, it's in space.
Who's in space?
I can't watch Markiplier. He's too popular.
I get you. Thank you. Thank you. They're nice. I feel good.
Anyone that trends occasionally on social media, I cannot stand.
Occasionally.
Well, you must love me.
Yeah, you're my favorite.
Trended a day in my life.
We are my favorite.
Go team. Anyway, yeah. What's your thing, Mark?
I have numerous things. Hold on. I had them here. I was getting a video up because I haven't done it. Hold on. Stall.
Yeah,
I've got no small talk with which to
Imagine
stall.
I'm dancing.
Thanks for asking. Mark, what's yours?
News bulletin.
I turned around, and when I turned around, I saw that someone else had turned around.
I turned around, and then I had turned around, and when I turned around, she had turned around.
Amazon's Alexa could soon cartoon mimic voice of dead relatives.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Wait, do they have to have been recorded, or can it just remember my grandma from 20 years ago?
Don't worry.
It will listen to you on your Amazon account and remember you.
Yes. In all honesty, I wouldn't be surprised if this is actually how it's worked, because Amazon has been reported to record your conversations even without your permission. This is true. That's a fact. It doesn't matter if they may or may not do it at this point. They did it in the past, they'll do it again.
Yay.
But now it's even better because it knows when your relatives die, and it can comfort you with their own voice emitting from the smart speaker inside your house.
Mark, it's me, Mark. It's Daddy. I'm dead. You lost me. It's your morning. Don't worry. I'm dead. Couldn't be deader.
It's your deceased parents' voice, but they're aware. They're like living in current times, and they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry I died. Because I'm here now. What the hell?
Maybe you'd like to shop on Amazon, Mark. Buy yourself something to feel better.
You know you can get more with Prime.
Is that really what you want, Dad? Oh, yes. Shop a lot.
Oh, honey, I know these cookies were your favorite. Maybe Granny will just add some to it.
You stay old when you're dead?
Oh, yeah, well, you know, yeah. yeah, obviously. What do you mean? What kind of question is that?
That's the worst feature. That's so sad. I don't want that.
You just continue to age.
No. It gets better.
Oh, God.
Because Rohit Prasad, Senior Vice President and Head Scientist for Alexa, said it at the event Wednesday, whatever event that was, that the desire behind the feature was to build greater trust in the interactions user have with Alexa. You okay? All right.
God, I just love that idea so much. It's killing me.
Don't bring this in a good way. Remember when we were doing three teams and we were talking about could I get a daddy doll that has my dad's voice? I don't really care about the anatomy of it. I just want to look and talk to my dad.
Said that I knew exactly what you were going to say from the first half sentence you uttered, and also said that that's a thing I believe you want sincerely and not even in a joking way.
I don't think I do. I don't think I buy my dad.
Anyway, continue.
But my wife and kids, I could have them back.
I wasn't done.
He's not even done.
I'm not even done.
Yeah.
Continuing, greater trust in the interactions users have with Alexa by putting more, quote, human attributes of empathy and affect, not effect, affect. These attributes have become even more important during the ongoing pandemic when so many of us have lost loved ones, or lost ones that we love. While AI can't eliminate the pain of loss, it can definitely make their memories last.
Every time you click confirm payment, I love you, son.
Yeah. So there's one more that makes it even worse. In a video played by Amazon at the event, a young child asks, Alexa, can Grandma finish reading me The Wizard of Oz?
If you buy it.
Alexa then acknowledges the request and switches to another voice mimicking the child's grandmother.
No, you need to move on and get through life and go through the grieving process. Well, let's halt you right at stage one.
The future, grief will only have a single stage. Never let you really changed my life. Mom got and Dad got like to fight sometimes, but I guess I'm proud of Mom and then everything's fine.
Yeah, you know those trucks are like, there's a lot more to grief. Oh, truck more.
I don't know the parts of more sweltering pride you hear from your loved ones. Having that heartfelt conversation where my dad tells me how well I can do this because I added that $2,000 item.
This is just one of those things that struck me as like You know, inside the company, at the beginning, someone had to be like, guys, this is I don't know. And like, it probably more than one person was like, I know, just researching, this seems weird. And at some point, like, some leader, some hierarchical person was like, no, this is a great idea. And anyone who wasn't on board with that was just like kicked out. Why they're to the point now where they're like, this is the huge threat. And inside the company is like that. Who outside of that group who's trying to promote this? What person is looking at this and being like, technology,
Soulless corporate sellouts.
just awful in every way I could imagine.
Yeah. Wait, have you heard the inside song? Come on, Jeffrey, you can do it. Pave the way, put your back into it. Show us how. You ever heard that one?
Look at where you came from, look at you now.
I just heard a couple lines of it just now, but that's it.
It's about Jeff Bezos. You know who Jeff Bezos is?
Let me Google inside of Jeffrey, see if I get it.
Yeah, that'll probably get you there.
What's the guy's name? Bob Burnham?
Robert Burnham. Yes.
Robert Burnham Esquire.
That's actually a really good, like, professional name. Robert Burnham Electricians.
Roberto Burnham.
Oh, is this the Jeff Bezos song?
That is what I said, yes.
Yeah, I'm reading the lyrics right now.
Okay.
That really gets the whole message across.
Oh, I did hear this one. Molly played this one for me. Yeah.
Good.
Well,
Good. I have one more story if you guys would like
is it
it.
about the same thing, or is it
No, it's fun.
Oh my god.
It's fun.
Cool. Hooray.
It's fun. All right. Fecal microbacteria. Fecal microbiota transfer between young and aged mice reverses hallmarks of the aging gut, eye, and brain.
All right.
Is this one where they had the two twin mice that looked very different in aging?
Probably. Yeah.
I saw a picture of it.
Old shit makes you young, or vice versa. Young shit makes you young.
Exactly.
So I just need to eat shit and I'll be young forever? Is that what you said?
Yes. No. Wait. No.
Eating it would kind of destroy all those things that you wanted from it.
Inject shit.
You need to harvest feces from those younger than you and then insert it inside of yourself.
So baby diaper value is skyrocketing.
The under 25 toilet is more of a collective. This is our future. Over 25, you gotta pay to use a toilet.
So there's like, what is it called? Does baby diapers have stem cell cure?
Yeah,
let's go
that's
with
the ticket.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Does baby diaper have stem cell cure? I want that to be a trending
That is
Google search.
such big. Does Bruno Mars is does baby diapers has stem cells?
And the answer is yes.
So why does poop from the young cure us old?
Well, I'll tell you. Well, it's a long article, but I'm trying to like get it down. This is how. So each mouth receives 100 microliters of fecal solution. But at each, I don't know what a garage is, but GAGE, whatever the
administration of food or drugs by force
So it's like an
Yeah. So they at pellet collection might we've long known is almost not even external bacteria. It's these things are some of the nutrients that our bodies cannot fabricate. We don't know like exactly the ramifications of all of the effects in modern society. With medicine, we do have antibiotics, which is great because it helps us stay alive. It also creates superbugs, so that's a long-term problem. But it also kills your gut biome. So oftentimes after you get antibiotics, you'll need to be given probiotics so that you can reconstitute. But one of the quickest way to get the bacteria that a human needs is just taking it from someone else. And how do you do that? Their poop is full of it. So there you go.
I've known that a fecal transplant was like a thing. There's a disease you can get where basically your body loses the ability to regenerate its inner fiber. And so you can get like a fecal transplant like from a spouse or someone that you live with or whatever. That's like in your life and shares exposures with you. That's like a treatment. That's been a thing. Is this going to become a thing where it's like you go to a clinic and you're like, yeah, Botox in my cheeks, butt lift, and one young fecal transplant, please?
One young.
Is it like a fast food menu at the doctor's office?
Give me that young shit in me.
I get a bone transplant and a side of fecal.
Oh my god.
Supersize me.
This one is from a 2-month-old baby. Good year, good year, good month, good month.
I have a 2021 Cabernet fecal.
A guy on the street like, you want to buy a fecal? This is very fresh from baby on the streets of Moscow.
Yeah, you got your poop sommelier.
Oh, this one's aged to perfection.
Would you like to smell the cork?
That would give such a whole new meaning to the idea of people having
Wait, don't drink it yet. You have to let it sit. Yes, let it breathe. Let it sit on your tongue.
The tannin.
And you want to sip Erin with it to get the full bouquet.
So where do we go to eat shit and stay young?
I mean, you could, technically speaking, go get it yourself. I mean, but that takes work.
I'm not gonna go around and find young people and be like, "Can you shit for me?"
It's like the new version of Eat, Pray, Love for middle-aged ladies.
You know,
Eat shit, stay young.
I'm gonna hire a plumber to go to the schools and collect the clogged poop for me.
That's very fun.
Anyway, weird. What you're saying is...
Fuck you!
I mean, no, it makes sense, but like, it's weird that he ages the internals of the other mouth. It just surprises me.
I eat a lot of shit because I look older than all of you guys. I need some shit.
I think it's because you only eat plain burgers.
Well, I'm gonna start eating shit.
That's the only option. I think what it is, it amounts to like, it just overall is nutrients are essential for the body to rebuild itself, right? So if you have a diverse gut microbiome, they can synthesize more of the things that you need that you may not be able to get from a very diverse diet. So it probably is less about de-aging and more about repairing systems that should have been repaired a long time ago, but your body did not have the right nutrients to do so. But I am not an expert in this. That is just my conjecture.
Interesting.
I doubt the conclusion to pull from this is to go hunt down baby diapers and smear it all over your body.
What you want to do is you go to the public park and you wait for the baby to be changing. And then when they throw that away in the public health, plus, the great thing about really young babies is that their poop is basically liquid. Way easier to get in you.
Oh, good.
I'm glad you're so excited about it.
Those trucks that drive around whenever you put your garbage out and they collect things they think they might be able to get value out of or repurpose. And you're just like, no, I need the diapers out of the can. Two babies 3 doors down. Their diapers are as good as my buffet.
It's gonna be the hot new Jamba Juice flavor. Give me the Ultra Blueberry and give me the 9 to 12 month old.
Today, Anyway, but the news is over.
Alright, well, we're just starting this episode. Bob, I'm sure you have a great topic.
We are 45 minutes in, ladies and gentlemen. It's okay. Because the topic today.
Getting older.
Just say this. Let's just say, yeah, kind of, but not really. I'm going to call today's topic Potter's Bucket List. Whoa. I want to talk about buckets. Something I find very interesting. Most people probably know. Bucket list is like a little stuff for you guys. Kids for buckets. I don't a lot of little stuff. And I wondered if that was weird, or if I'm just not really I don't know. The number one thing on my bucket list is I'm excited. I want to go to the north. It's just like it's such a That's definitely you guys have a list written down somewhere in your shoebox? Like,
I mean,
where are you at with this?
I could think of a few, but I'm more confused as why this is hot or not.
Well, what I want to get to is there are a lot of ideas that I think are considered sort of ubiquitous bucket list ideas. And when once we're done talking about our own, I want to go through a list and decide if these bucket list ideas that people share publicly are hot or not. Because I think a lot of the stuff that I hear about, I'm like, why would you want that?
My bucket list thing that pops up into my mind is something I've been thinking about recently. I want to go somewhere where the winter is extremely snowy and cold and harsh, and surrounded by shopping and I want to be snowed in and for the entirety of the food supply may not last for the entire
Look at next time I visit
right, and I just want to be out there. Maybe satellite on the roof for some internet, but if not,
a convenient 1 week winter, but a real extreme week. Okay.
I said normal winter is like 3 months. I believe I even said 3 months at some point.
So you want like 3 days of winter? Okay. Why don't you just buy some winter, Mr. Bezos? Have it delivered to Cali.
I kind of get that, Mark. I'm just gonna ignore Wade going forward. I kind of get that.
Okay.
That's not, I've always had like, mine's not that exact thing, but the idea of like a very bushcrafty survivalist thing was like, I'm not in a situation where I have actual life and death.
Yeah.
I'm not that skilled of a person, but a situation where it's like making on fire using fire steel and tinder and things and that sort of feeling of like isolation. My own pond, like that one guy by the pond.
That
Pond guy.
Pond
I wanna
guy.
be that guy.
Yeah.
Self-sufficient. Misogyny. Sorry, wait, no, sorry. That's not the. That's not the. I don't want to do that part. You can keep that part.
All right.
Yeah, no, that's an interesting one.
It sounds nice in theory, but I mean, I don't know. On my bucket list, I'd like to go to Hawaii. That's my bucket list. And I grew up with my grandparents had a cabin that was like right on Lake Cumberland down in Kentucky almost. And we could go out on the pontoon. And my grandpa, we had like 2 rooms in the back that were air conditioned. The rest of the house was not air conditioned, including the room I stayed in. So we had like no air conditioning for a lot of it. We'd go out, live in the water. My grandpa was very hands-on, so we'd go work on the boat ourselves, work on the trucks and stuff ourselves. And that was nice and that was handy. But I mean, I did appreciate the luxuries whenever I was allowed to like go cool off in the air conditioning or whenever I came back home and just had that normally and didn't have to go work on brakes and motors and things. And I'm glad I did that stuff, but I don't know that I would voluntarily want to live a long time without any luxuries or amenities. I mean, they are called those things for a reason.
What is this exactly? You wish life was shittier so you appreciated the good parts more?
No.
Like a vacation into this sort of deal?
The cabin in the woods where you had to like do everything by hand sounds not good. Like, you guys, I'm glad
you're
that
saying that's why that doesn't appeal. I thought you were describing
no, it
your
does
own
not
bucket
appeal
list
to me
for
for
that
that
reason. saying.
Okay, I get it. Having the ability to be able to do those things is nice, but like long term, like more than a week. I just had my power out for 2 days, not that long. And 2 days is not that long, but man, sleeping without having like central air, like heat or AC, in extreme weather conditions where you're forced to like bundle up or whatever, and you've got to go cut down trees in the freezing cold and risk frostbite. That sounds awful to me. But I mean, more power to you.
That sounds awesome. I don't know, man. I just want that.
That's fine. You're welcome to. Have you done anything like a small taste of something like that where you like know you could handle it?
Nope.
Or you can be miserable after like a week.
Nope.
And regret it.
Have you ever been a little stranded?
Nope. Alright, well, yeah, like I said, my bucket list is pretty simple. I'd like to go to Hawaii. I also don't have much on a bucket list, Bob. I
Is that your only one?
Honestly, yeah, and I had to work hard to come up with that. I will say, thinking about it and talking about the cabin and the lake and everything, I do miss that. If I were to move, I would love to be on the water or like real close to water where I could go out like on a boat. I love being around water. I love the sound of flowing water. So being like on a lake or I don't think I want to be on the ocean, but being like on a lake somewhere would be really cool. Probably really expensive, but just having that option to go out on the water all the time, that sounds really, really nice. That's something else, I guess. That and seeing Hawaii. I mean, I literally don't have... We've got to do so much shit in the last 10 years between the tour and the different conventions and things. I mean, I've crossed stuff off of a bucket list I never even wrote. And I say that to chat and stuff sometimes when I'm streaming, but like, it's true. I just never imagined I get to do so many cool things in life to where it's like, I didn't make a crazy bucket list. And I very much live life kind of day by day. I think when you go through a lot, you don't look back or look forward too much. You know what your goals and things you need to do, but it's like typically on a day's basis, I focus on that day and like, sure, maybe I've got a meeting set up for next week or something like that, but like you just put that in your calendar and don't think about it. It's not like I'm spending a lot of time daydreaming or planning or whatever. I just kind of live today, get to tomorrow, live tomorrow, get to the next day, and I think that kind of doesn't really apply to the way I live.
Dreamy thinking this guy wants to go to Hawaii.
Kind of head in the clouds nonsense.
Well, that's just always something I've wanted to see. It's not like I think about it very much. It's like if I have to put something on my bucket list, it's like, well, I always wanted to see Hawaii in person, so I guess that's there. But it's not like I'm dying to go or anything.
That's honestly kind of how I feel about it too, I guess. I've gotten to do a lot of stuff I would never have expected. And like, I feel like life is constantly filled. You're lucky enough to have like a good perspective on it, and it's not like, you know, life is torturing you. Stuff is hard. Certainly been 3 times in life where I was stuck in the middle of something that was difficult and I didn't like anything about it. But like, I get to do a lot of stuff. I wouldn't necessarily put it on a list, but it's hard to pick a bunch of stuff on the list that I feel like would be more interesting than what happened.
Part of that, I think, comes from growing up, I remember thinking about how like I would imagine having like my parents and grandparents like different events in my life. It didn't work out that way. And it's but like it I definitely like seats that and so I didn't lose the kid. Oh man, my dad, my grandma and grandpa to see them do this. Like, not accomplishing I guess I don't want to dream too big and feel that soul crushing feeling again of like part of the dream not being the way I imagine it now or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting too psychological about it, but like that might be part of the reason why I don't have free bucket.
Well,
soul crushing the
I mean, bucket list,
yeah, this is lighthearted. You go shop on time. It happened or whatever. So would you say yours is short, Mark? Are you low on bucket list stuff, or do you have a bunch of other stuff you just didn't talk about?
I mean, if you've got a hot or not list, you know, we could go and blast through those.
Alright. Well, it's a lot
bucket
of...
list have like a big orgy or like a 17-way or something?
I don't want that.
Yeah, it sounds too sweaty.
I'm gonna try and sort of simplify some of these, because I would say there's some sort of classes of the generic bucket list stuff that people get on. But I'm curious, because a lot of these don't exist. Maybe I or you guys. The first bucket list thing I want to say is like seeing all of something. All 8 wonders. Women,
Antarctica? You don't count.
Except for Mark, he wants to live there for 3 months.
It doesn't have any of that. And like, stuff too, like, see every major league baseball stadium, or, you know, whatever. Is there like anything you're...
No, I'm not a
Not
me.
well, that's on
Was that not hot?
seeing all of the whatever. Not hot. This is related and possibly item already. The next category is similar, but is more like, go see this one the Grand Canyon or Hawaii. I don't know. Is there anything in the world, location, the architecture, the anything that you need to see before you die? Is this a good one or a bad one?
I think this is okay, because the whole hitting every of something is just so arduous. I don't think if you're on your bucket list, you're not going to make that. But seeing the one thing, I get that. I don't know what one thing I would have, but...
So, for me, Hawaii, I would like to see this replacement for... I just like tropical locations. I want to see Hawaii and or like places like freaking... I like tropical locations, the beach, the drinks, the atmosphere. The one place I wanted to see on my bucket list is already crossed off, and that was when we were doing the Europe You're Welcome tour. I got to go see Notre Dame. And the reason I wanted to see that was because in Minecraft way back in the day, I built like a semi-replica of it, at least on the exterior that was heavily based on it, and like I just wanted to see it in person. After having studied it and tried to build something like it, it was like, well, it'd be really cool to see that in person, and I've already gotten to do that, so it's crossed off. But like, I think for an individual location, like the reason that location might be important to someone varies a lot, so I think that one's okay too. I think that's
Hot!
or whatever, yeah.
Alright, legit. I agree. I like that one. I don't know what I would pick, but there are a few things in the world where I'm like, yeah, I guess I wish I would see that. I would like to see that before I'm gone.
Hot.
Hot.
Every boob in the world.
Alright, well, this next one we may struggle to relate to on a personal level, but I'm going to group these all together and reserve my opinion on them. Anything on a bucket list relating to your career. So there's a lot, if you look like what are bucket list ideas? There's a lot of stuff that are like...
Be bigger than Markiplier.
Be an expert in your field, or mentor young coworkers, or like receive a big promotion. We don't really have like a normal career path, but if you imagine you had like an office job, or you were an engineer, or something, I don't know, or a lawyer, would this be on your bucket list?
Oh, well,
career achievement?
You just hit 1 million subscribers on your YouTube channel.
True.
Wait, you've already had 1 million, but I have a couple more.
No.
But like, given that is an achievement. It comes with a gold play button. It's like there's a ceremony behind it. There's like a sense of accolade. Like the fans are really excited about that for the creator and for you. Would you consider that to be almost a bucket list achievement?
Yeah, I think so.
I was asking Bob.
Oh, okay, never mind. I reserve my opinion.
We both can have an answer for this. It's something I'm very excited about, but it's honestly not a thing where it's like, at some point I sat down and was like, okay, how am I going to get to 1 million? Like, I stopped thinking about that a long time ago, and the number just sort of kept creeping up. And in the last couple of months, I've been watching, it's like, oh, that might actually hit 1 million. That's crazy. But it's definitely not a thing where I would have like written it down or like made a mental note with, God, I need that. I want to achieve that. It's an insane achievement, but I wouldn't really say it. Even though I'm not ungrateful. It's cool and I can't believe it happened, but I don't know. I died not having achieved that, I don't think I'd be sad about it. Be like, ah, shoot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna die now.
I never really dwelled on getting the milestones like that either, but there's something, it's kind of weird. There's something I've wanted to do for like 5 or 6 years, I guess, career related. I don't know if I'll ever really do because I've never really pursued it, but I just think it would be cool. And that is like going and speaking either like at our old high school or one of the colleges I attended, and just like, I don't know if it's about teaching a full class or anything, but like just giving a talk about the mindset of like how I was whenever I was in school and thinking like, oh, I have to have my career decided. I've got to know, I've got to have a plan, pursue from like 7th grade on, and just how like going with the flow of life and stuff and how we got into what we do. I don't know. Like I think it would be cool to do something like that, which I guess is semi-career oriented, but it's not like I have to. I don't know if it counts as a bucket list, but it's something that like since about 2014, 2016, somewhere in that range, it's something I've been like, yeah, that'd be pretty cool to do.
Yeah, I've had something not quite like that, speaking at the school, but I've had something recently that I really do think fits in that vein of like passing on knowledge while also respecting what happened in the past. Is like I've been doing this internship with Corridor Digital, and it's so strange because Corridor inspired me to start making videos, right? It's this bizarre dynamic where I have a channel that just purely by numbers, you know, I have more subscribers, but they have a longer history of inspiring people with the content that they make, and they recently have hit a new stride with like more people in the office, and it's really exciting what's going on there. It's a great experience to be there. But in a weird way, sometimes they ask me things as if I am like the source of knowledge in terms of like hitting these big numerical successes, and I just keep going back to them and I'm like, guys, you inspired me. But so to have this long career trajectory of like 10 years on YouTube, which is long with YouTube and the internet, and then be able to come full circle back to that and just be in an office with them and making stuff together is quite a trip, but really truly fulfilling. And so I'd say like the only career things that I would think would be hot in this debate would be things that give you that sense of fulfillment and completion and be able to pass on knowledge while still being able to learn things. Overall, I don't know if like career stuff is necessarily bucket list material, but
yeah, I mean, I think it can be because a standard career that you think about like an office 9-to-5 job is like an older mindset, whereas now there's so many things you can do between art, literature, music, entertainment, whatever. I think you can alter career things to fit bucket lists that aren't maybe the old standard way of thinking. So I think that, speaking of 10 years, we're pretty close to 10 years of the first episode of Drunk Minecraft where we all did our first collab, aren't we? Wasn't that like...
Yeah, was that in fall of 2012?
It was like July or August. It was July or August 2012. Yeah. My channel, my YouTube channel launched in November of 2012, so I'm up on 10 years as well.
August 2012 was the first episode. Technically, there was a stream before that, but I wouldn't count that.
I think I was on the phone and just used to and someone else on it.
Yeah, August 8th, 2012.
They were under a month late.
Well, I don't know when this episode. I don't know. Yeah, we might be there. I don't know. I don't know where we are, but I know we're close. It's somewhere around there.
I think this is not. I respect your opinion on it, Wade. And I guess Mark too. Would you both say hot?
I wouldn't say hot because it's not like super spicy. And if it's just tepid, I have to say not because it is not hot. Not.
I think it's definitely something I could see, but this is also not one for me that's like, yes! It's more like lukewarm.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, I'm a pretty big hot, but...
Lukewarm!
That's interesting. I was medium. I was thinking that one would be a not so interested one. But as an aside, Mark, I think it's really funny, just the little image that you painted of the Corridor guys, like, asking you.
Yeah.
Because, like, in the industry, like, you've been very successful, and they have too, but just not, like you said, like, the numbers is, like, a thing that people get caught up on. Yeah, to me, the idea of the Corridor guys asking you, like they're not the OGs of YouTube, and they're not like these legendary, this legendary channel with these legendary figures leading it. I don't know. It's just funny. And not to downplay, I'm sure that you know things that they don't know about specific things. You have a lot of but it's just funny. It's like you said, like, you're basically of the generation that they inspired, almost.
Yeah.
But also, you're kind of in their generation, because their channel's been so successful for so long. They have had a renaissance over the last couple of years. It's been really sweet. That's just funny to me.
Yeah. This is a little interesting.
My renaissance is coming any day, guys. Wait, it's coming.
Don't worry. You'll get there, buddy.
It's coming.
You'll have your very own renaissance any minute.
Renaissance.
Not this minute. Renaissance. Alright, next bucket list category. Why do you think I think you guys might be more interested in this one. And I don't want to touch on a sore nerve, but it involves something that I know you've been working on, Mark. Personal development goals.
Oh no.
Like learning, say, language, how to woodwork, or a hobby that you're interested in, like making videos on YouTube.
Speaking Korean?
Yeah, or like speaking Korean. Maybe if you were trying to learn that. Is that a bucket list thing, or is that a goal thing?
It's a goal. By God, I hope it doesn't turn into a bucket list thing. Oh God.
At this point, it's been a bucket list. How long have you been trying? Try harder, man.
Nice. Wow.
Not to be like harsh, but like, ooh.
You've been doing a good job, Mark. I believe in you.
Man.
Ooh, jeez. God.
It's a little too real.
Oh, I'm dying faster than your dream of speaking Korean.
It's a little real, man.
You know, you're right, Wayne. How's all those dreams you're working on coming good?
Well, if you don't have them, you can't fail them.
I can't tell if that's funny or sad.
It's
but
both.
It made me sad, I guess.
Yeah.
Me too. I don't know, do you have any personal development things you wish you need to learn before you kick it, Wade?
Nope, I'm pretty happy.
How to take constructive criticism, for a chance?
Oh God,
For
no.
an example? How to be less prideful, maybe? Set a good example?
I'm not that prideful. I'm just stubborn. I wouldn't call it pride, because it's not like I think I'm better. I just know that I'm lazy, and I accept that fault of my own. I have been, I will say, doing a little bit better on the health side of things, though. I've been more active, been outside, gone and played basketball a few times, like I don't know if I told you guys on the podcast, but so I've been doing better at that, so I guess I do want to shed a few pounds. I guess I need to eat some feces, get rid of some grays in my beard. I'm gonna put that on my bucket list now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. Again, I guess I'm with Mark here. I don't know if that sounds like a bucket list. Bucket list sounds like it's something like I hope to do one day, and it's like, if I'm not working on that now, then oof. So that sounds more like a goal than a bucket list to me. It's something that you're doing long term. Like, what would be a bucket list personal goal? Like, I'm thinking health.
Yeah, it's one of those things where a bucket list is less about building a skill that takes a long time, because that does have to be a goal, and it's like, I guess if you die before you get it, you didn't make your goal. But bucket list is like that one thing, it's more of an experience, right? There's no time left for personal development. A bucket list is something that you don't really write it before you know you're about to die, right? You write your bucket list when you have a date that you're like, oh shit, I'm gonna kick the bucket. Because even if you have a bucket list beforehand, you really write down what that bucket list is.
Is that why it's called bucket list? Because you're gonna kick.
Yeah.
I explained that in this episode.
God, I don't listen, man.
Yeah, we know.
I really don't.
I get real caught up in my own train of thought sometimes and just zone out a lot.
What is your train of thought?
It really depends.
I'd love to have a peek into the mind of Wade.
Yeah, I would love a ticker, like an out loud monologue of whatever is happening in your head. We could get that sometime. Like if you just start talking and then stop.
It's hard to say because like my brain works in such a weird way where it's like you guys will say something that will get me thinking like, oh yeah, I need to work on maybe my health stuff. Like, oh, well, I've been playing basketball, I've been swimming a little bit, I don't know if swimming counts. And then my brain goes, well, the last few times I swam, I didn't put on my sunscreen because I got sunburned. But then I was afraid to shave my head. It's like, am I gonna be pale on the sides and tanned on top? Oh no, it looks okay, I think, because the dark hair on the sides kind of covered it up. And then like, you know, a few more things will happen, and you guys will be like, Wade? I'll be like, oh, sorry, I wasn't listening. But it's not intentional. My brain just goes off on those distracted tangents that lead one to the other. Then I come back, and I usually forget half the stuff I thought about.
Alright. That was
so distractible. So distractible.
I'm perfect for this show, except for the listening part.
Well, I will say those are sort of the more general categories of things that I found as like themes. And, you know, I arbitrarily broke them down. I'm sure there are other ways you could define the themes that exist within a bucket list. But I would like to move now to the lightning round. This is where we might ruffle some feathers. We can debate or not debate. If you have a strong feeling, to go ahead and express it. But I would like to move through some specific things, and I want to say it, and I want you guys to say hot or not.
All right. And for everyone out there, if you get offended, this is just our opinion. It doesn't mean that it's official. This is just what we think.
If you get offended, go to the subreddit and tell us that we're assholes and why we're wrong. Reddit.com/.
And then buy some merch out of spite.
Then hate buy some merch, and then burn it. And then realize you like that shirt, and then buy another one.
yeah.
Alright, round one. Ride horses on the beach.
Not.
No, I got no addition to that.
You gotta say not.
Not.
There you go, perfect. All right, round 2. Go bungee jumping.
Not.
Hot.
No. God, no.
Hot.
Could not be less.
This marks a thrill seeker. I like it. Round 3. Take a hot air balloon ride.
Already done it. Not.
Not.
Part of round 4. Visit an elephant sanctuary.
Huh.
No, I don't really care that much. I've seen elephants.
Round 5. I'm particularly attracted to this one. Attend the Olympics.
Hot.
Not. They're better on TV, probably, like most things.
Wow.
Actually,
All right.
wait, no, you might be right.
Wait, come on. It's an experience. No. You get to
better on
see
TV.
the Olympic Village, and you get to see the creepy mascot. You know there's going to be a creepy mascot.
It depends on the country.
I specifically am excited for the Olympics that are going to be in Los Angeles in the not too distant future.
Oh, then hot. I'll be right here. Hot. Back on hot.
All right, won him over.
Consistently not.
Ease of access. Round 6. Be in a Saturday Night Live audience.
Not. I'd rather be on stage.
All right. Round 7. Be on a parade float in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Not.
No one sounds good.
It's terrible. You wave at
Wedding,
people.
waving.
Fine. Round 8. Ride a mechanical bull.
Not.
Done it. Not.
I watched you do it.
Oh,
You
yeah.
didn't do it very well, I gotta be honest.
No, I did not.
It was on like David.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, you did it.
I try to jump and balance on those exercise balls. It's not the same as a mechanical bull, but I can tell you it's not designed to handle you jumping and standing in front of balance on it. And that was, I should have died not for that.
It doesn't sound like it's related to a mechanical bull.
So I thought, yes, my brain, I'm telling you everything.
Did I? Round 9. Go skinny dipping in the ocean at night.
Not.
Especially night.
Not a chance. No way. Not.
I could say I didn't go skinny dipping, but we did run into the ocean. Not like up to our knees. At night.
God, this is an Alexa recording of you. Now we know.
I did not. We ran into the ocean and we ran right back into the safety of a hot tub.
No way. Not in your life at night. Are you kidding me? Not.
There was flight.
Cold.
It was exciting.
Think about being in the middle of the ocean on a raft, Mark. Would you like
Cold.
All right. Round 10. I don't like this one, but I'll do it anyway. Write a love letter to that person. Always intended to write a love letter to. I don't know if that applies to us very accurately, but hot or not.
Not my dearest person. Every time you're reading this, I'm dead. Anyway, I've lost it for you every night. Please.
Like it could be the right to be the person that you already love.
Oh, okay.
Why would Mark be writing a love letter to Molly?
I'm writing one to all 3. Some of them are getting different stuff inserted inside of them.
Alright, I was gonna say not, but after hearing you say that, Bob, it's kinda hot.
Come on, God.
Very not.
Molly and I do write little letters to each other from time to time, but I wouldn't say it's a bucket list, so still not.
Oh, that's so cute.
I have some letters in my wallet in various storage places that Mandy wrote me when we were but a courting couple.
Whenever we used to see each other in person, but we lived apart or we had to travel, Mom would always sneak a note in like my bag or something, or hide it somewhere before she'd leave.
That's adorable.
Well, still not.
Not.
Round 11. Set a Guinness World Record.
Hot.
Wait, I'm lukewarm on Sonata.
That's good. Number of people traumatized by your death. World record.
Hey, I hope to have most people celebrating you.
Two sides of the same coin.
They're like, finally, that asshole's gone.
And for some reason, the last one is number 12. Oh, you know what? There's 2 more.
Yeah, we just did.
This is not the last one, it's number 12. Run a marathon or half marathon or even go to 5.
No.
Kind of hard. In a very, like, achievement, is not as good as I'm not super out of shape. Overweight. Dude. But the idea of training for and competing a race to it is slow. finished before they literally start tearing down the finish line to go home. The idea of doing that, personally for me, would be like a hallmark of finally taking care of myself. So the race itself is to commit to something and then to do it, like a hackathon or like an ice race or something. Kind of a few. Not on my list, but I could, that would be something where I would feel like, did it. I would be satisfied. That's for me personally. I'm healthy first. Super. That's all.
That makes a lot of sense. That's pretty good. And, you know, that's pretty good. Not.
Yeah, not for me, but.
Hey, hot for me, man. Hot for me.
That's good, that's good.
And the last one, obviously, round 13. Remember to stop on? Make a video that goes viral. Eh? Eh?
God, no. No.
Eh?
We've probably been in one at this point. What has it really done for us? Given us a career, a life, happiness? Ugh.
What do you mean, probably?
It really depends how you define viral. Because I would say Meow is viral in that it was shared beyond your platforms. People stole it and put it on Facebook and everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if anything I've made on my own channel is viral by any real measure.
Dude, I would consider the Pokemon viral, and that was your goddamn idea. Yes, you told me to do it. Oh,
Yeah, well,
on this podcast.
why do I ever do good things for myself?
Because you thought it was a bad idea. You just shitted it out, and look, everyone like, and that gets more views than a lot of videos.
I have no revenue for that video,
I'll give you 50.
Hey, listen, I don't legally binding statement. Will, edit this in.
I want to say, I invented our mindset.
The answer is
Zero.
it's clean.
No, really?
Yeah.
Just give me the next fact.
Anyway, I do just want to say, as a goal, going viral, not high. Not a high. In a judgmental way. All these kids who are looking at TikTok and that. Weird shit that people do on the internet. Go viral with no other goal. I want to see more people viral.
It has been declared our lives are terrible, don't we? Us? We don't even have good luck with it. Oh, boring!
Got more like comfortable.
I need to go figure out how to do shit and get going.
On that note, what has been a relatively docile episode that's made me think a lot more about my own death than I really anticipated, is going to stumble to yet another clumsy end. Thank you so much for playing along, friends of mine. I have to say, I'm struggling with the order. You are tied on points, actually. I was keeping loose track of points in my head as I like to do, and I swear to God, you ended up tied.
Dual hosting, man.
But look, I am just going to pick a winner based off of this I like better. Shit.
I like the Olympics.
Oh, wait, the Olympics on your bucket list now?
Wait, no, they're on my list too. I said it was not because it was in LA. I actually
did. Mark came back to the Olympics, though.
What?
Yeah. What do you have an argument with? Are you saying you're totally right?
Don't, but I'm trying to.
We're even good at work. We played along with our gameplay, space telescope. You really tried today, but Mark and I essentially sharing the
I lost. I probably played sports more than both of you combined.
I don't think that's the
Olympics are sports.
Well, I did track and field, so I don't think you.
No, I feel my teacher got it correct.
I did Mark and I both put a shot some fields.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
I played basketball for as many years as there were buckets this size of Mark one.
So we're going to the Olympics in LA and it's going to be awesome.
Choose to exercise my automatic win card.
No. It seemed only fair. So, given that Wade has activated his one and only
Hold
and destroyed upon
Wait,
use.
I choose to reserve my card.
What?
I don't have a topic.